On Wednesday, trade unions Faib, Fegica and Figisc-Anisa called for a two-day strike to protest at, quote, being hit with a wave of mud over high fuel prices. The trade unions say a decree recently passed by Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's cabinet that the government says is aimed at boosting the transparency of fuel prices has badly penalized gas station operators. Under the decree, petrol stations are obliged to display the national average price for petrol and diesel alongside the price at which they sell fuel to customers in a bid to stop speculative hikes. Prices have risen sharply in January since the discount on fuel excise duties ended. The discount was introduced about a year ago by the previous government led by Mario Draghi in an attempt to reduce fuel prices. Excise duties now account for over half the consumer's price for fuel.
The truth is that fuel prices in Italy and Europe are high due to structural issues. That of the excise duties is a false problem. It's the European fuel sector system which is highly costly. Also, our refineries are old and in bad need of investment for renovation, which is thwarted by our government's adoption of green energy policies. The deal reached by the EU, which calls for zero emissions from new cars and vans as of 2035, is simply not viable. Furthermore, the US and Europe are competitors in the energy market for the first time ever.
Later on Wednesday, trade unions were divided over the duration of the industrial action, with some groups cutting the strike to 24 hours. Also on Wednesday, a delegation of taxi drivers tried to meet Rome's mayor to discuss plans to deregulate the sector. According to unionists, the deregulation will open taxi drivers up to unfair competition with web-based ride-sharing companies.
We demand respect from the mayor. There are a number of issues on the table, including illegal taxi drivers, stopping the deregulation that favours multinationals over us legal drivers, and the skyrocketing cost of fuel, which is gravely affecting our lives in many ways.
Protests staged by taxi drivers in the Italian capital have often turned nasty, with demonstrations spreading across the country. Max Civilli, Press TV, Rome.